Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Um, actually, if you want to, you can actually come in my Discord channel. Um, I'm in Stream Chat, so if you want to actually jump in and have that conversation, that is, yeah, yeah. Wow. And by the way, my Discord link should be down in the description. So, yeah, wow, that was motherfucking interesting, wasn't it? Um, Shit, man, that was interesting. So, thank everybody who's watched and everybody who's came over here to watch, to have the after stream and wow. So my, yeah, like, yeah, I did it about an hour, and yeah, this was fucking interesting, and wow, wow, that was an interesting debate. Um, Shit, it was interesting. That's the best way I can actually say it. So let me let me actually just go over some basic thoughts. First off, the whole angry, the whole like yelling, the whole like almost implicit like I'm threatened, so I have to like feel threatened myself. Like that's the thing. Like with guys like this, and you see it with some of the guys that I actually do videos on. It's like they implicitly feel threatened, so their reaction is anger. Their thing is like, oh no, I like you're attacking me. It's like the first point that I wanted to like get to was the whole privilege, like white privilege, male privilege, shit like that. And it was fucking unbelievable because he works on the principle that privilege is, well, you get advantages versus maybe not having the same disadvantages. What's up, X? I can't hear you, man. Oh God, this that fuck. I'm sorry, I'm eating my spaghetti. I kind of got like tired after an hour because yeah, yeah, that was interesting. That was fucking interesting. In like you keep hearing the like in that whole debate, it was like or discussion. It was that whole discussion about how well this is evidence to your point that is not, you know, and it's like no, it doesn't. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist, and it was just like, but you're not hearing the evidence, and it's just like wow, like, and I don't know anything personally about Dave. I don't. Um, but I can hazard a guess that you ever meet those people that grew up in the suburbs and don't know much about people that live in a city or big cities. Like Chicago is a segregated city. It is like one of the most segregated city that that you can actually find in some places. But there are certain things that people from all over Chicago mix at. Not baseball games because White Sox are the best and fuck the Cubs. But um, it's a segregated city, but we still interact with people. Bears games, concerts, and different shit like that. It seems that like Dave was like the epitome of the people who would just don't actually mix with most, people outside of their inner, like, I guess their outside group. And that shit is like I just, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I the the cooking thing. It was one of those things that I wanted to actually is on because I know how it is to be look at cooking shit. So yeah, cooking is always interesting to me. And good night, Rachel. X, you muted, man. You in the chat, but you muted. I don't know if you know that, but this was an interesting chat, and I just like wow, wow, shit. God damn it. Sorry, guys. Fucking hate eating spaghetti, right? But what was like one of the things that I noticed that I actually did and I wanted to bring up was the conversation that he had with Chud Logic because what I was trying to actually do is I was trying to show that I was trying to get a blueprint of that same conversation that he had with them, and it kind of went like when I first agreed to the debate, I thought it was gonna turn into a shit show, but then I like started watching the other debates that he actually did, and I realized something that people like Dave, they want to live in a bubble. They want to live in a bubble. They want don't want to actually believe certain things, and so they jump to the next subject. You saw it with my conversation about how um, well, if these people what are minimum wage jobs, and he said, well, it's for people that don't need to work. And then I said, cool. What about these people who have a minimum wage job? What are they supposed to go to? And he did give some examples, but the majority of the people that are in minimum wage job are not there because they don't want to get a better job. Like I'm not in a minimum wage job right now, but dude, I'm still looking for a better job, and the fucking job market is fucking hard. Not only that, it's a fundamental misunderstanding of what the minimum wage is and how, like, I don't know. Some of the things that kind of got, I was like, wait, what? The whole thing about voter ID. Um, yeah, yeah. Toby says it right. Like when I confronted him about it, he was like, "Well, I don't remember saying that," and it's just like, dude, it's a prop. It was right on the back of my wall. If I thought it was real, and it's just like that was the perfect. That was a perfect encapsulation of how I saw the conversation actually going. So that's a it's okay for me, but not for the conversation. That's exactly how the conversation went the whole night. And if I wasn't used to like dealing with people on the call center, it would bother me. But yeah, it was just a conversation about, hey, because reasons. That was that was the whole conversation. The conversation is because well, because I say it's right. It's right. I just wow, wow, and that's one of the reasons why I do this channel. Is not because I just like dunking on right wingers like Forrest. I fucking love dunking on right wingers. It's fucking delicious. It's fucking awesome. But another reason why I do this channel is because, well, here's the thing. It's exposure. It's exposure to, you know, people that may not have originally liked to watch my, may not originally identify with me, but they start watching my channel and they actually have more of a gist of what somebody else's point of view. That's why I do this channel. That's why I like do this, because I want to reach out to more people. And he's an example of the people that I want to reach out to. Now, he may be somebody that's far too gone to like reach out to, but there are people like that that don't understand, like, they don't understand somebody's point of view that may be changed with their interaction that you actually do. Like, but shit, that's gonna take some work. Fuck. That's really gonna take some work. But anyway. X, you came in, but I can't hear you, man. Anyway. Shit, like, this was fucking interesting. This was fucking all types of interesting. And not that I'm some debate bro, come at me. Like, but it's interesting to hear people like that. I know he didn't get to it, but it would have been. I wish I would have pushed him harder on why he thinks some people succeed in school and others don't. I really wish. Oh God, I really wish that. God, that was fucking like the whole thing about. Well, certain people, like the black kid from Harlem. Wow, wow.
So you should be able to hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now. What's up, man?
Yeah, I thought my Beats had like an inline microphone, but that's only if you got the cable attached to them. So never mind. So I hooked up the big mic.
Oh God, you missed the debate. It was interesting.
Yeah, I'm at work right now.
No worries, no worries. Oh God, wow. I was just saying how it was a very interesting conversation.
So what was the big debate about? Give me a thumbnail.
Privilege and how people should have better jobs and how if you fail it's your fault. Let me ask you a question.
All right.
If I ask you what privilege is, what would you say?
It's the fact that most of the percentage of Americans look at me different than they would look at you.
What? It's almost as if it can mean either you have a positive or a deficit.
Right. So just because, and white guy here, if somebody says, that they don't have privilege, they're trying to use that as a crib notes just to say, like, I had it hard too. Like, bitch, being privileged doesn't mean that you had it on easy street the whole time. It just means you had more opportunity and you had to worry about less.
Wow. You know what was funny? This man literally said that 85% of people in Detroit are functionally illiterate. After saying it was a mostly black city. I wonder what that
That's
can
fucked up. I don't know. Everybody seems to be doing just fine reading cell phones, so I don't know how someone's going to come across and say they're illiterate, Or are they talking about not reading classics or something like that? Is that what we're... Like, I ain't got time for old ass books. Sometimes I love books, but I don't have time to read fucking 900 books that are over 100 years old. There's more modern shit coming out every day.
And we can have better retellings of the shit that happens every day.
Yep.
Like, what is it? I know this is fucking bad, and I'm sorry about it. But if you ever want to enjoy some real good Shakespeare, watch Gargoyles.
Yep, the whole Isle of Avalon and yeah,
Macbeth.
Especially like second and because first one's mostly Xanatos and Demona and stuff, and I think they expanded it a lot in the second one.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, so my thing is, my big thing was like I said in the beginning of the conversation, is that if you've watched anything of Lord of Patriarchy, you know his clocks are wrong.
Oh wait, is that who you debated?
Yes.
Oh no. He should have said hi from the Utah Outcast, man. He's had a hate boner for us for a long time.
But his thing is, they're props. But he made a point about my dagger will buy real shit. Aren't they? Like,
everybody's got props behind them. Nobody wants to look at a boring ass background.
But no, that's the tone of the conversation. Well, I'm saying this, but I bring up a point that directly refutes it. But that doesn't matter because my point, like, I've never heard, like, I know I'm the whataboutism channel. I know I am. I fucking, like, I own it. Like, that's my special the words of the day. When everybody hear the secret word, whataboutism, say yay. But, but, like, damn, like, how could you operate on that whole, well, it's okay for me, but not for thee? I don't understand that one.
Because that's how he works, man. He doesn't want to actually have to go through any kind of intellectual rigor at all. It's just whatever he says, he believes is right, and that's all he's going to think about it. That's all he's going to look into it. That's it. It starts and ends with him.
But is that a him thing or is that a culture thing with like people that don't have to deal with like some of the more worse socioeconomic things? Because
I was gonna say you could just say white people because white people like to think they're right about everything. So,
but no, I've run into some black people that live out in the suburbs that think about that too. So, like, and like the whole, what gets me is the whole antidote Andy type thing. Like, we have stats outside of the people that you work with or you know. But I suspect Dave probably grew up in the suburbs. That's just me. Maybe not much city life. Probably grew up in the suburbs. I'm just surprised about the shit. Like, wow. Oh, little old me, less than 500 subs. Which somebody has almost more than me within a short amount of time, but we're not going to have that discussion.
Well, you know, Papa Bear Jake got him there.
What's funny is like one of the and I didn't bring it up because I didn't want to get too nasty with it, but you know, his casual throwing around of the F word. Like in one of his reviews, he called me a F word, and his chat was like
the gay slur.
Yes.
Oh man.
And his chat was sealing up. It's like, dude, like, do you not watch any of my videos? I talk about breasts all the time. It's kind of bad because like some of my channel art that I have, it literally has.
Yeah, you send me some art that I can't even put on the wall to have it on the video in the background.
I actually have that picture in the background, like literally right there. It's covered, it's blurred right now, but like yeah, no, yeah. Oh god. But like one of the things that like gets me about people like Dave is the mediocrity campaigning as success. It's almost as if like, well, you're mediocre as shit, but because there are people that's pushed down by systemic issues, then you feel that you're better. Like we start talking about systemic racism or bigotry. And he says, well, gay people, they can get married, so there's no systemic bigotry anymore. I'm like, wait, what? Well, no, the Supreme
No,
Court said
no,
that.
no bigotry, says the guy that just used the F slur, casually, you know. And he'd be one of those people who's like, I don't care who you marry, you could marry this or that or something else, and it's like, there's another microaggression.
Uh, it's because I was trying to push the conversation of saying like, well, just because a law says it's illegal does mean that people face bigotry. Totally pivot.
I
Totally
mean,
pivot.
hell, look what happened with civil rights, man. Even though the civil rights shit passed in like in the '60s, there's still a lot of goddamn bigotry in this country.
And we bring that up. I brought that up. Well, no, civil rights were passed in the '60s. That's over. What about the drug war? What was awesome? What was awesome? He said.
What about crack? What about fucking crack?
No, no, no. I said, well, who started the drug war? It
Hey.
was a Democrat. It's like, wow, I didn't know fucking Nixon was a Democrat. Nixon was a Democrat.
He said that.
Yes. No, no, he didn't
Oh,
say
because he
was
said the Democrats started it.
He said the Democrats started. It was like, well, Nixon. Well, it was done by Bill Clinton. I was like, wait.
Nope. The drug war in general, not even talking about the shit that Nixon did. Like the one that started in earnest, that was Barbara Bush's thing.
No, it was Ronald Reagan.
It was Nancy Reagan. That's right. Shit. I'm going back. Sorry. I had to think about my RoboCop days when I was a kid.
And even if you want to say like, because I brought up the point, like, yeah, it was Ronald Reagan. He was pushed to the left. I mean, pushed to the right from Joseph Robinette Biden. Like, yeah, he was, but it was still started in earnest under a fucking Republican president. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, Clinton signed it in. It's like,
oh, all of a sudden it doesn't matter. I'm wrong about something. Now it doesn't matter.
oh shit. Oh shit! It's just it's hilarious when you actually think about the shit like, and it's just like, come on, guys! Like, you guys know, like we see the shit, right? Like, and it's I'm not even like I'm not even mad that like you're in your status that you're in, but it's like don't say that the shit is not that like bad for everybody else. He tried to say that we got into the Harvard admissions. So he's like, well, universities will allow some poor black kid to get in before other people like white people or Asian people. It's like, why do you think that is, Dave? Because they want to have it. They want to in more or less virtual signal. Why do they want a virtual signal? What is it that makes them want a virtual signal? Well, because they want to show that they're progressive. Um, why would it be a premium to have a black student in your university? Didn't answer. Did not fucking answer.
It's the guy that thinks that diversity is a bad idea, even though it's meant to enrich the environment, which has been stale with the same fucking ideas and groupthink for the last 70, 80 years, if not longer than that.
Hey, if he wants to get rid of people that have special admissions to schools like Harvard and different things of that nature, cool. Let's get rid of legacy admissions too. Let's get rid of legacy admissions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's get rid of legacy admissions. Then we wouldn't have had a George W. Bush in different law schools, or fuck, Donald Trump wouldn't have got into college. Oh god, it's it's just amazing to me. Like I don't like
It's willful ignorance at this point. It's willful.
exactly, exactly, exactly. It's just like I need to not believe it, because if I believe it, then I will feel guilty. And it's like nobody's asking for white people to feel guilty. That's no black people are asking for it, and the ones that are, they're bigots. Like let's be honest, they want to actually oppress people, but like people like I'm kind of like partial to Fred Hampton's quotes. Like, we don't want to smash like white capitalism with black capitalism. Like, no, let's do some communism. Let's do some socialism. Let's do some things that would actually help us all, instead of trying to put one above each other. But to people like Dave, it's a zero sum game. It's like it doesn't have to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I I just wish we can actually, like, I guess I wish people like Dave would actually be, one, willing to interact with people instead of just talk at people. I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, well, no, I'm just gonna talk at you because what I believe is right, in any anything that may be different from it, that may change my mind. I don't want to hear it. And two, it's just like, I don't know. I I wish I can, like, not in the sense of like, haha, your audience is gone, but I wish I can actually interact better with his audience, where they would actually be willing to not just hear things that reinforce their beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you're in a fucking echo chamber, oh boy, you'll never learn. It would just be, well, my feeling says this, and it's like, these are the people that also talk about facts don't care about your feelings. Almost as if, like, they just want to be a victim. It's not fun being a
Hmm.
victim. It's not cool. I know it may seem cool to like be able to go and have conversations and use the N word. Like it may seem cool, but it's a reason why. Like it's a reason why. Like you don't want to be you don't want to be oppressed. It's not a fun thing. Oppression is not fucking fun. But like, yeah, yeah. Um, you've
But they
been
want to feel like they're oppressed. They want to feel like it.
man. It's like, I literally asked him, like, black people just get stopped for no reason. Like, he's like, no, they don't. Wait, what? Black people don't just, no, they have to be doing something. They're just not sitting in a park and get stopped for no reason. Okay, okay.
All right. Well, you are a faithless interlocutor. There's no reason for me to even talk to you because you have obviously not talked to enough people that have lived that experience.
He says, of course I
Because
work with
because
people.
I haven't seen it happen myself. It doesn't happen. Because it hasn't happened to me. It doesn't happen. It's fake.
Fake
Asshole.
news. Yeah. And the thing about it is, like, if you would have said, like, well, I don't think it happens much, like, at all, like, I can understand that. That's not your lived experience. But when I bring up you know, stop and frisk was a thing in New York. Yeah, I know. Well, they must have been doing something. And I'm like, you do know what stop and frisk is. Well, I don't really care. The fuck? How do you how do you say that certain people may have been doing something, but when we bring up stop and frisk, which was proved to be unconstitutional, the libertarian leaning person, well, I don't really care. Then you not libertarian, dog. How are you also wanting, like, we brought up government IDs for voting. Well, you should be able to just go, anybody should be able to pay that amount. Wait, you're a libertarian. Why do you feel that, the government should just have access to, like, your information like that? Well, if you want to vote, the fuck? Okay, cool. So if you want to give everybody an ID, you want to make it free? No, that's going to raise taxes. Oh, you just don't want people who are too poor not to vote. Like, I don't get that. I like, either you want people to be able to vote and you want to make it easy for them by having a universal ID, or you don't. Well, he brought up, oh God, you bring up, this is like the point. I was like, okay, calm the fuck down. Do you drink? It's like, no, I don't drink. Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. Well, people do, and they have to have IDs to buy cigarettes or alcohol. You can buy an ID. At that point, I was like, wow. Wow.
Yeah, but alcohol and cigarettes aren't in the fucking Constitution.
Wait, I got one better for you. Now, I live in a state where if you look under 40, they card you. It's the law. But if you think somebody is over 40, they don't have to card you. When I brought up the North Carolina law that they did to actually target, you know, black folks, he's like, well, my 80-year-old grandmother before she passed used to get carded for alcohol in restaurants. I mean, like,
by the end of this year, anybody that has a birthday that starts in 19 something, like 1990, 1980, whatever it is, 1999.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's now. It's not even the end of the year now. Anybody that has a birthday that has 19 is the century. Anybody born in the 20th century, you don't have to worry. All they have to do is see the 19. They're like, okay, yeah, you're good to go.
Fuck.
Makes me feel old as shit.
Dude, I just had a birthday. How do you think I feel? Fuck. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I just can't with like kids of the 80s, man. Like, we are fucked. Like, we have been fucked, like supremely fucked, like to a unique standard, because we were just on the cusp of like the late boomers were getting started with having kids, and oh God, we are fucked. I like,
we missed out on Apple stock. We missed out on Pixar stock.
man, I'm at a point now.
Yeah, but at least we had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and He-Man.
Oh, shit. Ralph went out like a boss. You ever they got The Last Ronin, right?
Mm-hmm.
They just released the second issue of Ralph going out like a boss. He was like, "Cool, and I kill Splinter," and that motherfucker, man, he went out like a fucking boss. Like, yeah. I would expect no less from Ralph. But yeah, that's fucked up. Michelangelo is the last Ronin. Fuck. Michelangelo. Which,
the guy that never took shit seriously.
so I remember watching this breakdown of the original live action movie, and they were talking about the scene where like they're in front of the fire, and the one turtle that broke down the fucking most was Mike because he was just like they was like he was like Splinter was saying his goodbyes whenever, and you see Mikey just bawling like, but Master Splinter like he was the one that was bawling the most. Like Leo was relieved, Dom was being like the whole like supportive of everybody. Ralph was pissed, and Mikey was just like he fell the fuck apart. And that's when they had the good animatronics, not like the other movies that should not be named. Like Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. Oh shit! I watched too many movies. Oh shit!
There's reason I've not gone back and watched that one since I was a kid because like it's better in my mind. I don't even want to. I go back and watch it. I'm just gonna be like, oh god, this is cringe. What this? Why did I think this was good? This isn't good at all.
I I find value in watching bad movies. Like I went back recently and watched RoboCop like 2 years ago, and let's be honest,
That still holds up.
it it let's be honest, it was cheesy as hell, especially shooting through the skirt to shoot the man in the dick.
Shooting the guy in the balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was better than the fucking one that they had come out. Like RoboCop 3 was better than the one that they just had come out.
Oh, that was the new one that had Joel Kinnaman in it, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't hate that one really. It wasn't good, but I didn't hate it.
It wasn't RoboCop, it was Super Cyborg Ninja Batman. That's what it was.
Though going back and I watched the Running Man on Amazon Prime the other day.
I actually like the
Wow,
Batman.
that it's just for me. It's having all of these muscle heads that were in it. You got the opera singing electric guy that tries to rape the lady in the office building, and I was like, oh man, that's the guy from Stir Crazy with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder.
I haven't seen that movie. Um
Oh, Stir Crazy is good. Though anything those two made was good.
yeah, I remember
It's two guys that get sent to prison because they look like somebody else that was at a place doing a robbery at a time.
see I remember watching a lot of other movies. Like I remember watching Traded Places. That was fucking awesome. Um like some of the other like classic 80 movies like I've watched, but like in the 90s I kind of got into a lot of the action movies. Um what was another one that I fucking watched that was actually decent? Um like I know it's heresy, but I would rather watch Die Hard 2 over Die Hard 1. Um fuck.
You realize looking back at movies like that that were made in the time where you didn't have the ability to essentially make phone calls wherever you wanted to, because I mean you had cell phones, but they weren't that commonplace.
Yeah.
The whole movie of Die Hard could have been solved with a cell phone.
You're actually right. But but it wouldn't have need to happen if they had better internet connectivity because the money would just been digital and they wouldn't have had to break into the building. Technology solves a lot of shit, right? One movie that I really really fucking enjoyed that I couldn't watch when I was a kid was Total Recall. The fucking scene where they like decompressing and their eyes are like bulging out of their heads. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like, no, I couldn't watch that. But like, yeah, no. Wow, I couldn't watch that. Shit. So how's the channel going? I'm enjoying Outcast X when I'm able to watch it. It's
Yeah, I just put out one a couple of minutes ago while we were talking about the people in Texas that are calling the snowballs that they're trying to melt with flames fake snow made by Bill Gates to try to make Texas look stupid. I'm like, you guys don't need help with that.
no, you're fucking kidding me. No.
I have the article in the whole thing, so you should go check it out. It's funny.
Damn, I'm just, wow. Wow.
You take a snowball and you put it over open flame. Of course, it's not going to drip melt. It's capillary action with the it's an insulator essentially, and so it's going to absorb all the water that it wants to drip until it reaches a saturation point. You fucking dum dums. Just
X.
Oh, these people are so stupid.
Igloos aren't a thing.
No, nobody's ever seen an igloo in their entire life. Not even seen, heard of.
God damn it.
Fucking Texas.
And you know what? I'm not one of those people that's gonna shit on them for like the whole like, cause you saw some people that was like, well, that's what you get for voting Republican. It's like I'm not gonna shit on people in their time of like fucked up situations like that. But yeah, somebody saying fake snow, like, wow, I just can't. Like, I don't. Wow, wow. I think that just broke my brain. Like,
yeah, there's not a whole lot more you could say about that.
like I get if you want to like talk shit about Bill Gates, like fuck Bill Gates and Microsoft because they had some very unethical business practices that led to their monopoly with computers. But like fuck him because he made it where the Oxford vaccine was exclusive to AstraZeneca because reasons, and like it could have been an open source vaccine. But yeah, like wow, snow.
Fake snow is what they're trying to say. Like, it's cold, right? Yeah. And it's wet, right? Yeah. Well, then it's fucking snow.
I like. I generally want to actually subscribe to Harlan's razors. Like, never attribute to malice, what can easily be attributed to stupidity. Like nobody wants to maliciously say, "Hey, let's kill all these people," or "Hey, let's make sure that we like rule over these people in this iron fist way." No, most people who are greedy ass fucking billionaires are greedy ass fucking billionaires. Their brain can't understand it. Hey, maybe I don't need to actually be this way. If you're a billionaire, you have a certain way of thinking of like, oh my god, I need to dominate in order to feel safe and secure. Like I get that, but like the whole thing of like Bill Gates wants to control the world through microchips and shit like that. No, he wants to make money and get a good reputation. Like that's actually simple to actually see. But it's just like no, but but and what they're really saying is if I was in that position, if I had that money, if I had that power, this is what I would want to do. That's what they're saying. And I'm like, why would a billionaire want to microchip people for no reason?
Grandmothers. Yeah, and your boy Tobin out in the chat says we aren't all that dense, Texans. That is. No, I'm not talking about all of you, but the fact that you had enough coming out and saying this whole thing about fake snow, and there's people since it was on TikTok and it was trending, everybody decided to jump in on. They're like, "Whoa, that's weird. That's so crazy. That's weird." And I'm like, "It's basic fucking physics." What are you doing?
Like TikTok is a fucking. I fucking hate TikTok.
It's a hellhole.
Because the thing about it is it tries to like what are their videos like no more than 3 minutes long.
Yeah, I think 3 minutes is the cap. I know that I've done some that are one.
See, I haven't downloaded it. It's certain shit that I won't download to my phone because I just like have too much fucking pride in myself, like TikTok, Snapchat. Like I just can't. Like I barely like using Twitter videos because it like but you can have an explainer with it, but like oh no, just a 3 minute video. And I'm like, but I can't explain my point in that much. But hey.
Yep.
Fuck. Parlor is back. Oh my god. Fucking Parlor is back.
Nope, still not going to download that. I don't want them to have my information. Like I used TikTok all of like one video that I published, and I recorded a couple other ones, and I'm like, why am I doing this? I already put too much information out there.
Yeah, I see, and I have a double-edged sword because I want to protect my privacy, but I want to actually make money off of living off as an artist. So I have to
Yeah.
have my name out there. So if I didn't want to be an artist, I wouldn't. But like, I fucking want to sell art because like, yeah, I fucking hate my job. But that's neither here nor there. Fuck this. Fuck capitalism. Fuck it with fire. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm tripping, huh?
No, I agree.
Oh man. But what it's been about an hour. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, man.
I really hate that I missed the show fucking Saturday. Like and like I've probably said this before, but like actually coming into the live stream on Saturdays is probably one of the same like one I deal with a lot of different communities. But this is like that's one of the communities that I can like feel a little bit more sane in, if that's a thing. Because like like I'm sure you've actually ran into it where like you've been in communities that aren't exactly left leaning,
Yep.
and like it's something in that community, but it's just like yeah, I probably can't say fuck capitalism that loud in this motherfucking community. But
Yeah,
it's
it was kind
actually
of that way. I guessed it on one of the ACA shows this past week, and uh, good people there, good show. But then like we got into the chat on Discord, and there were like people like defending slavery and shit in the chat, and I'm like, ooh man, that you guys, I don't want to. You're not worth my time to fight this kind of shit. Fuck you people.
wait, how did oh god. Oh god. Don't ooh. I fucking did that video about that Hamilton, Georgia police chief that says, well, I don't see why they complain. They had the food, they had shelter, they had clothes. All they had to do was work. And I'm like, fuck this guy. It was like body cams. Like the cops hate body cams, and I know why. Because they get caught saying and doing stupid shit all the fucking time. Like all the fucking time, they get caught. It's like at some point you got to be like, yo, maybe I can't say this shit at work. Maybe I can't promote this shit at work. You know, like normal motherfucking people, but like no, cops keep getting caught with body cams. Cops are saying like, "Fuck, what just happened in Arizona?" Like we had the ACAB gang. Like they literally said that these people were part of the ACAB gang. Like
What?
what the fuck now? The ACAB gang. Because all cops are bastards. You're doing the thing right now. You're proving them right. But
Like
anyway,
anybody that disagrees with us is a gang, and we're gonna have to fight you. Okay.
exactly. ACAB. ACAB, motherfucker. ACAB. I mean, I know NWA said fuck the police, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that was a song. Like they weren't just like going out and just like fornicating police in a fucking off in like in just as a matter of operation. I mean like Lil Wayne probably because Miss Officer, but but that's a different type of fuck. But anyway, oh shit, I have to go get ready to go to bed soon. Um, Thanks for stopping by. I
Yeah,
will
man.
I will talk with you on Saturday. And please, since you've been so gracious to join the channel, please like put out like promote your shit.
Well, everybody can find me on Outcast X here on YouTube. You can find me at Utah Outcast. I'm the host and the producer there. Those are the two big places. Subscribe to the podcast. It's a more fun version because you don't have to look at my ugly face the whole time. So it's available on every podcast platform you could think of, even ones I didn't even subscribe to. They're like, "Hey, we saw your RSS feed. We're gonna post your shit out there." And I'm like, "All right, whatever."
You use Anchor, don't you?
No, I actually I self-host.
Uh, yeah, I've
I learned how to do it. I learned how to do it a long time ago. And I just refuse to pay some of the rates that some of those websites want to charge for hosting podcasts. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to spend that much. And so when I first started podcasting in 2006, there wasn't like an easy way of doing it. So I just learned how to do it through WordPress and filtering RSS feeds and stuff. And here I am today, 2021, and I'm still podcasting. So.
Nerd. No.
Nerd.
All right, man.
Yeah, back before anybody knew what a goddamn podcast was.
Thanks for turning on the bell, Toby. And thank everybody who's watched. Guys, thank you. Like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and we're gonna take it out. We're in light of the current the topic or theme tonight. We're gonna let Richard Pryor take us out.
What do you think that these executives are afraid you're going to do to white America?
Probably stop some racism.
Stop racism?
Yeah, they're probably afraid of that because then people don't hate each other, then people start talking to each other, and then they start talking to each other, they find out who's the problem.
Which is?
Greedy people.
Greedy